Wi-Fi dead zones is tricky business, but we are armed with range extenders and mesh Wi-Fi, and we're going to find out which is best for your home. If you have a small space and a single dead zone you want to annihilate, get a range extender. If you have a large home and want to spread coverage more evenly throughout, mesh Wi-Fi. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.
Keep going.
Yeah, I guess I can go into detail, but if you needed the TLDR, there you go. First, we'll talk about the basics, then I'll dive into range extenders, then I'll talk in more detail about mesh. Let's talk basics. As my mama always used to say, you can't just put an extender in a spot with no signal and expect your Wi-Fi to improve much. Thanks, Mom. Regardless of how you're extending your network, if you're using additional hardware, it can only give as good as it's getting. For best results, use any number of free speed test apps and find the spot closest to your dead zone where the signal is strong. Put the extender or mesh point there and it'll be able to replicate that stronger signal and help with your speed. Before you buy extra hardware, try repositioning the hardware you have and playing with the antenna of your router to see if that helps. For router positioning, out in the open is best as opposed to in a corner by walls, and higher up is better than on the ground. If basic troubleshooting can't fix your problem, maybe you do need that extra hardware. Enter the simplest answer, range extenders. Something simple like the $35 TP-Link RE220 should be all you need. It's easy to use and it reliably boosted dead zone speeds above 80 megabits per second in our tests. Our favorite overall is the $80 TP-Link RE505X. It's as consistent as it gets and it offers speeds over 140 megabits per second. But there are lots of options out there at a similar price that will get the job done, and more are coming out this year that are going to have faster speeds and support for Wi-Fi 6, the newest version of Wi-Fi. And good news, you don't need to worry about matching the brand of your router or anything like that. Almost every modern router has a WPS button for Wi-Fi protected setup. Plug in the extender, press the button on both the extender and the router, and that should be the extent of it. A couple of other things to keep in mind about extenders. They're actually going to use your Wi-Fi to broadcast their own signal. So if you want to connect to them, you'll see your same Wi-Fi name just with a _ext at the end. They also probably won't be able to hit your network's max speeds. Most cap at 50 to 75 megabits per second, which is still plenty for most uses like video chats, streaming movies, or basic online gaming. Finally, if you're in a particularly tricky spot, like a room behind a concrete wall or something, consider a power line extender, which uses your home's wiring to get around physical obstacles. Now, if you have more than a room or two that need a signal boost, you might be better off upgrading your whole network with mesh routers. This is definitely more of an investment than a single range extender, but fortunately, mesh is becoming more common, so the price is coming down somewhat. You should still expect to pay at least $150 for a decent system, and this is one of those circumstances where you get what you pay for. A good system makes a huge difference with mesh routers because they are constantly running calculations under the hood to try to figure out the best way to get you a solid connection. You don't want one getting tripped up over that and slowing down your signal by putting you through a few extraneous points before you talk to the cloud. With that in mind, we've liked models from Eero, Netgear, Asus, and TP-Link. Our current favorite, if price isn't an issue, is the Netgear Orbi AX6000. Get ready for that price, $700. So no, you do not have to pay that much for a system that is decent, but my goodness, this one is good. It's a two-piece system with the relatively new Wi-Fi 6 protocol, meaning it can talk to more devices at once without slowing down. The two pieces help it spread coverage anywhere, and it's blazingly fast, even at a distance. One of the fastest routers we've ever tested. If you don't care about Wi-Fi 6 and you don't want to spend nearly that much, the $270 Nest Wi-Fi system comes with two pieces. It's a little older, but it still holds up pretty well. And there you go. Now, you are armed with the most dangerous weapon of them all, knowledge. Go forth and make your dead zones a thing of the past. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and comment below to tell us how you're going to attack your dead zones. Bonus points if it sounds like your plan came out of a Tom Clancy movie. Thanks again, like and subscribe.